What's going on, everyone? What's up, Cat the Gamer? And we're back with some more Trails Through Daybreak 2. I need y'all to bear with me on these episodes. I'm just, like the past few, I know it's been very dialogue heavy, not a ton of action, things going on. But we're just in the finale of the game. Every single one of the Trails games have like connection events and all types of stuff that you have to get through in order to see these events and these scenes and all this other stuff like that. So just bear with me as we get through them. I'm trying to knock them out right now. That way I can just do the quest and then go on with the rest of the story. Because I'm pretty sure we got to go visit each area and get stuff and all this other stuff. So it's just before heading into the last dungeon. So just bear with me on this. We're going to get through it. Hope y'all doing well. New to the channel, tap that like button. Subscribe if you haven't.
What's next?
Let's get going. Let's see. She's been dealing with that most of the game. Very let's go with the substitutes for stuff for no, you know what? I'm gonna start off with Elaine. Let's start off with Elaine on this one. Let's check her event out. Fan parted ways, yada yada. We know that. Apologies for the delay. I'm with the Bracer Guild. Oh yes, we've been expecting you. Aren't you that famous Avery Bracer? Thank you so much for accepting our request on such short notice. Oh, you brought Van along as well. Fancy seeing you again. For the record, I'm mostly just along for the ride. You know him? Yeah, I met him while doing a 4SPG a while back. You still keeping in touch with old Bruno? Yes, I consulted him about all this, in fact. Anyway, I feel much better knowing that you're on the case. Let's get down to business, shall we? So you suspect a stalker will crash your wedding today and attack the bride? Do I have that right? You do, yes. Honestly, we're at a loss at what to do. It all began when Dorothea was kind enough to care for a man who was passed out along the side of the road. She was already engaged at that point, but that didn't stop the man from obsessing over her after the fact. She reached out to the police and the guild several times, but they couldn't do much as he was careful to remain within the confines of the law. Then, once the wedding day was set, she received an unusual package. Inside was a clandestine photo of her and the groom. The faces were cut out, and a message was written in blood. Love never dies. Holy shit. The wedding date was listed as well, even though it had only been just been decided on. How despicable. Only the vilest of fiends would seek to ruin such an important day in a young couple's life. That's a textbook example of a threat letter. Should be enough to cause the guild to take some action. Problem is, if we're following the Bracer Code, I'm afraid I have no choice but to ask you to delay your wedding. When danger is imminent, we have to put the safety of the citizens above all else. I hope you understand. I was afraid of that. I'm so sorry, Dorothea. No, don't be. It's for the best. We can't risk putting our friends and our family in harm's way. I just wish we could have celebrated this with them. Everyone was able to make it out, take time out of their busy schedules for this. Alright, I think this request can qualify as a 4SPG now. Oh? Arkwright Solutions will be working with the guild on this one. No need to move the wedding date, so I've got an idea. You do? How would No, I'll pay any price you ask, as long as it means we can have our wedding as planned. To pull this off, I'm gonna need the assistance of our very own Beauty's Blade. Say no more. I'll do whatever I can to help. After that, they enlisted the aid of the cathedral staff and swiftly put Van's plan into place. And so the wedding began on schedule. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today before the goddess Adios join Roderick and Dorothea in the bonds of holy matrimony. Do you, Roderick, take this woman, Dorothea, to have and to hold in sickness and in health, for richer or poor, to love and to cherish for as long as you both shall live? I do. And do you, Dorothea, take this man, Roderick, in sickness and in health, for richer or for poor, to love and to cherish for as long as you both shall live? I. Stop! Who do you think you are? You have no right to be barging in on this sacred union. You must be that low-life bastard they told me about. Why, Dorothea? Why would you marry the likes of him? I'm the one you love. That's why you saved me back then, right? Get a grip, man. That's just some fantasy to you. You dreamed up. It's just some fantasy you dreamed up on your own. I would never give up the woman I love, and especially not to someone who'd only burden her with a one-sided obsession. What? What the hell did you just say to me? Who do you think you are, you piece of shit? Get lost. You have nothing to do with this. Dorothea, my beloved, it's time to go. Pro came with the get. Good lord. To the goddess' side, where our love will never die. No? I must say, I find your unrequited love rather shallow. You couldn't even tell that your beloved was an imposter. What? That's an A-ray bracer. Beauty's Blade? Why is she here? But why? Where's my Dorothea? Oh, Roderick. Dorothea, everything's gonna be alright now. So what y'all think of our mid-wedding halftime show? A little unprecedented, I know, but hey, that's the first for everything. Our special guest, Elaine Auclair, gave a performance of the ages, all attest to love of our leading lady and man. Let's give our groom a big round of applause for bravely fending off his girl's would-be captor. He's so damn stupid. Holy cannoli, I had no idea that they switched out the bride. Okay, that was a little too realistic for my taste, but man, what a show. That darn Spriggan really knows how to throw everyone for a loop. I sincerely apologize for causing such a ruckus. We will let the ceremony get back underway in a moment. Let me offer my congratulations to the soon-to-be newlyweds. She looked good in that wedding dress, though. Afterwards, they quietly turned the stalker over to the police. The wedding went on, and from there, without any of further disruptions. Elaine, Van, thank you so much for saving our wedding. Well, that was a neat, tidy ending. I'm glad we were able to help them. Can't believe I was able to pull one over on the crowd with that halftime show bit. That was one hell of a gamble. If Roderick hadn't done the whole spiel from the heart, I doubt anyone would have bought it. Hey, I got a question for you. Why the special interest in this request? Something about this job must have caught your eye. Don't think you would have don't think you would have wanted to leave in the middle of the festival otherwise. I suppose that's true. Well, to answer your question, the subject of marriage just so happened to be on my mind lately. Oh shit. Seeing as how my family, or rather my relatives, have been trying to get me to tie the wedding night. I received a few proposals already. I knew the Quincy company had been hard at work rebuilding the business, but this was the first I'm hearing of this. As you may well know, our family has a long lineage, and many of my relatives are old-fashioned sort. They say it's all to support the Auclair family. I suppose it sounds noble when you put it like that. In all likelihood, they're simply desperate to find their footing. Things have been rather chaotic following my father's incarceration. In a way, I almost pitied him, and to be honest, that's why I've entertained the notion. Well, I don't think you should. I know you're just trying to bear the burden for everyone like usual, but that ain't your responsibility, right? Your dad's the one who committed the crime, not you. It isn't your job to mop up his mess. You can't fix everything. If you say you can, then that's arrogance talking, plain and simple. But, you know, that might just be the most hypocritical thing that you've ever said. I'm just speaking from experience, that's all. From one burden bearing person to another. Don't forget why you chose the path that you're on. You didn't choose it for your family's sake. And you sure as hell didn't choose it for mine either. You're right. No, in fact, you're exactly right. Oh, and don't worry about those marriage proposals. I turned them all down. Who said I was worried? By the way, you might not want to put this off for too much longer. We're both getting up there in age. Excuse me? I have you know I'm only 24. Okay, here I go. Oh shit! Wow, Elaine caught it. Congrats. I wonder if this is my reward for all the hard work I put in lately. Certain someone I know could and should learn from my example. Ugh, hit me right where it hurts, why don't you? Fine, I'll try and take a few pointers. That's some funny ass shit. After that, Van and Elaine left the cathedral behind. And after tying up all the loose ends of the stalker case, they met back up with the rest of their friends.
Back when we were students, I always thought this day might come for us. Huh? Oh, it's nothing, just lost in thought. We're both still walking our own paths, so let's focus on that for now. I'll be happy to help you along in whatever little ways I can.
I apologize for that on the last video too. I ended up cutting off stuff that Agnes was saying at the end. You got to kind of let it go on this part because if you press it like the X, it'll cut it off. All right, and
Planner launched.
we'll move on to the next one. Let's go with the substitute challenge. Van parted ways with his companions for a bit. Okay, yeah, my bad. Well met, Van Arkwright, Spriggan extraordinaire. To commemorate our final days in thy glorious capital, we do hereby challenge thee to a duel over the title of True Spriggan. Translation, please. Actually, she pretty much covered it. Come on, play along. This could be our last chance. Here we go. Alright, I'll bite. So, explain this duel over the title of True Spriggan business. Well, that part was just her being dramatic. Remember, when you made us substitute Spriggans right after we came to Edith? It's been a wild ride since. And I mean wild. Now here we are and everything we asked for and more. We don't want to set a bad example for Lapis or our boss, by taking advantage of your hospitality, though. So we felt the need to prove ourselves. And who better to do it against than you, Van? Spriggan stuff's pretty close to our usual work already, so a 4SPG showdown sounded like a good way to settle things. And if we should vanquish thee, perchance, we should lay claim to thy reputation as well. Don't push your luck, but I do get where you're coming from. You two deserve a little something for picking up the slack around here. I'll just treat this like a special 4SPG for my stand-ins. Just don't cry foul when I go full throttle. No better parting gift than showing you what Spriggan is really made of. You couldn't ask for more. Now you're talking. From there, Van used his connection to get in touch with any collaborators of his who had time to spare. Then they put together a limited time half-price discount promotion to bring in more 4SPGs than ever before. Cool bike. The backs of the bulletin boards in every district ought to have requests from corner to corner. Whoever closes out the most of them within a time limit is the winner. You guys all set to go? Ready when you are. Really casting a wide net though, huh? I know this is our suggestion, but we're in for a lot more 4SPGs than we bargained for. You say that, but I had to trim the list quite a bit to get it down to just the suitable ones. I was already looking for a good excuse to get the finickier ones over with, so this worked out great. Yeah, imagine what a buzzkill it'd be to get an emergency call in the middle of tonight's performance. Well, alright. Hope you don't mind if we bring the heat then. You're wrong. No backing out now. Let the 4PG showdown commence. And so Van, Swin, and Nadia's duel began. This is all taking place in one afternoon, too. There ain't been any damn hours in a day. She's coming your way, S. Roger that. There. You're gonna be just fine. Booyah. Score 1 for the Dream Team. Goodness, what an impressive display. My sweet little Anna. Thank you ever so much for catching her. Damn. About that, are you really this cat's owner? You were a few syllables off her name on her collar just now. And rumor has it that a shady catnapper has been snatching up purebreds to put on the market. That's, oh, Angela, thank goodness. You're alright. Busted. So now the mansion I'm employed at has a massive rat infestation and it's all my fault. The fuck? What kind of conversation we came in on? If I don't do something about it, they'll fire me for sure. Can I count on you to handle this discreetly? So my hunch was right. The two of them are like a match made in heaven. Mind hanging around for just a tick? The solution to your problem should be along in a minute. Excuse me, but are you Spriggan I keep hearing about? I could really use your expertise. All the laboratory rats at the medical research facility I work for were inadvertently terminated. Is there any chance you could set us up with a large quantity of them in short order? Did you say rats? Huh? That's 2 for 1. Getting a mountain of requests has its perks sometimes. Boy, it's blending them together. S, do you think those cars have anything to do with that package we picked up a minute ago? Shoot, we're being tailed. I'll shake them off. Hang on tight, Nadia. Aye, aye. Somebody save me. Pipe down. I ain't looking to start anything. At least, not if you clean out your blackmail data and hand it over. You had a good run up to now, coasting on the backs of others. I say it's about time for the piper to get paid. Alright, just take it. That settles that. Now, on to a separate request. This one involves getting tit-tat over the living hell that you put your victims through. No, please. Dude was like, no, no, please no. Waiting around here to ambush that crooked businessman isn't going as well as I hope. Maybe he caught on and switched routes. I can recalculate his path, but we're kind of short on time. What's this? Don't tell me we're all working the same request. Oh, hi, Van. Guess we overlapped on this one. Well, ain't that a kick in the head? You two already got the jump on me. Not even a golden tip-off Ramadi had can make up for that. I'll just have to shift over to something else. Ah, well, keep up the good work out there. Ramadi, that's his informant over in Riverside. Might as well head over and take a freebie. I feel like he did something. Soon afterward, the alarm on everybody's rifles went off, signaling that it was time for the limit for the showdowns. Shit, my bad. Damn. They then returned to the office to report their respective results. Ouch. So the final tally is 4 SPGs for me. 11 SPGs. 11 4 SPGs for me and 12 for you. The victory's yours. Damn, some professional I am. Did they cheat? What's wrong? Those don't look like faces of winners. It's because the whole thing was rigged. I'm with her on that. That informant you clued us in on was the only reason we were able to close that last request. Can't really say that the point was earned fair and square. Hey, I'm the one who slipped up giving you the hint. You should be proud for not letting it pass you by. Where I'm standing? Who saw it doesn't really matter. As long as you stuck to the Spriggan way. Matter of fact, you did me a solid divvying up the workload, so thanks for that. He got us hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, we may have won the battle, but we lost the war the second we suggested dueling over 4 SPG. You outfoxed us good, man. You guys get so uptight over the weirdest things. Well, for all the areas we fall short in, we still managed to prove ourselves pretty decently. Yep, I say so. Actually, you never fully explained what it is that you were trying to prove. Mind filling me in? Like we said, these last several months have been one freak accident after another. Incident. Running into old colleagues from the gardens on Nemeth, seeing what looked like my brother back from the dead, and even that's got nothing to do with what went down between LP and S. Everything worked out in the end, but it left us with some heavy questions to chew on. We started to wonder, will we ever escape our past? Or will we doomed to spend the rest of our days in darkness? I see. That's what this all boils down to. We wanted to prove that if we worked hard enough, we could enjoy lives in a way that sat right with us. Just like you do, Van. Like me. Not that most people would call your way of life a respectable one. Don't I know it? I hear Elaine offered you two a place at the guild, though. Why not take her up on it? Blech. And work myself into the ground all year round? I've got a lazy and loafing quarter to keep. Call me crazy, but I don't think her line of work is in our warehouse anyway. That aside, there was one other thing we wanted to prove. To yourselves? No, to you, Van. We wanted to show you how much that we've grown over the past 2 years. You had to help us out with just about everything back then. But now, other people can lean on us for a change, don't you think? Yeah, you two have come leaps and bounds, no doubt about it. Even if your past tries to haunt you again, I know you'll put it back in its place as many times as it takes. You got the freedom to make whatever you want with your lives. This old town Spriggan will vouch for that any day of the week. I know we're not leaving just yet, but I can tell we won't be leaving any regrets behind. And the next time we meet up, we're going to be twice, no, thrice as impressive as we are now. Yeah, I can hardly wait. They're pretty impressive right now. They really are. They've come a
We
long
might be
way.
hanging up our substitute Spriggan hats, but we'll never, ever forget the time we spent with you, Aggie, and everyone else.
I can't promise we'll always be available, but if you're ever in a bind, hit us up. Next time, we'll be the ones handling a 4SPG of yours.
I really am gonna miss them. It really sucks. All right.
Planner launched!
Let's see. On to the next. Let's see. I'm trying to do some of the ones that I feel are most important to me first. I do want to get to the one that was set. See, we got about 3 more. So I'm gonna do 2, and then before I do the last one, I'm gonna make a save there, and I'm just gonna do the other ones, load, and then pick one from those to keep. So that way you can see all of them. Let's go with resets next. Hello, Mr. Arkwright. I trust your rounds are going well. Have you been wandering around the festival by yourself the whole time? You need to get busy and live a little. I have been busy, actually. I'll admit, I'm a little surprised to see you here, though. Well, I made a promise with Reset, and I never go back on my promises. I figured it wouldn't be a problem if I popped in for a bit. My partner's out on some other business anyway. Her partner? I haven't spent any time together in a dog's age. So every second of fun today counts. I suppose it has been a while since we've seen each other. Well, I'm glad to see you two are having fun. I don't want to interrupt your little get-together though, so I'll just see myself out. Aw, don't be like that. You might as well join us, since you're here and all. Besides, no way you don't know all the best fans. We'll have lots of fun with you along. I agree. It would be wonderful if you could show us the highlights from your student experience as well. I guess I don't mind butting in for a while. That's more like it. What are we waiting for then? Let's get the show on the road. It's always a pleasure, Van. So Van joined the girls for a foray around the school and enjoyed a look at the bazaar's many wares. Though Reset seemed pleased to simply gaze at all the items for sale, Mirabelle was much more inclined to reach for her mirror. Mirabelle said, "Fuck it." Although their adventure was brief, the two seemed to thoroughly enjoy themselves. Now that's what I call a highlight. School festivals in Edith sure do take the whole nother level. I appreciate you taking the time out to enjoy the festival with us, Mr. Arkwright. Just glad I could be of service. You seemed a lot more interested in the school stuff. I mean, school itself, though. Well, yes, I suppose I was. I may have gone to Sunday school as a little girl, but I never had much of a chance to experience school life beyond that. Did she ever go to high school? Guess I never did get around to asking Reset about how she ended up this way. Nobody has. Forgive me. I hadn't meant to cast a cloud over your time together. I should have you know, I'm actually quite happy spending time with you, and nope, that ain't gonna cut it. How many times do I gotta tell you? It's okay to be a little selfish sometimes. Hmm? Is this some sort of demo software? I sent over some basic instructions too. Use them to access the garden with Van. With me, what are you planning? Well, let's just say it's another reason I came out here today. Anyway, I best be heading back to work now. Have a good one, you two. Yeah, not really sure what she was getting at. Well, guess I have some time to kill. Should we go take a look? I don't see why not. Although, I am a bit curious about this program she sent me. Interesting. And so, using the instructions Mirabelle provided, Van and Reset booted up the app, leading them to the Marhan Garden. Hey, isn't this... Looks like a recreation of one of Aramis' classrooms. It's pretty realistic, too. I can hardly tell the difference. But what's with these glasses and the textbook? And where's Reset? Mr. Arkwright, are you in there? Oh, hey. Thought I lost you. Is it alright if I come in? Yeah, of course. You okay? You sound a little timid. Well, it's just, okay. I'll just let myself in then. I apologize for being so late, Mr. Arkwright. No way. Is that really you, Reset? Yes, it is me. Wow. This avatar is a shard body made to simulate what I looked like when I was around 14 years old. It appears to be part of a brand new virtual reality system that runs via the Martin Garden. A 14-year-old Reset, huh? How did they even pull this off? Actually, I'm assuming this is all Mirabelle's doing. I believe so. She must be testing this whenever she had downtime at work. To think she'd go through all the trouble to give me this opportunity. Oh, Mirabelle, you truly are a handful sometimes. That explains my glasses in the textbook, I guess. You know, I think I've mentioned I didn't get the chance to finish school either. Putting me in a teacher's role is a little funny, though. I put my own through so much hell. Anyway, I guess we can start class as soon as you pick a desk. If you don't mind having a delinquent for a teacher, that is. Of course not, Mr. Arkwright. Oh, this is touching. With that, the two began playing their respective roles of teacher and student. Alright, next question. In what year did the Calvardian Revolution take place? That would be in the year 1100. Nice job, Reset. Really living up to that class president reputation of yours. So that's the scenario she set up, huh? However, I can't help but think these questions are a bit on the simple side. Would you be opposed to bringing out the more difficult ones, sir? Sounds good to me. How about this one? Although neither of them were required to continue the act, they remained in character for a while longer. Okay, so the answer to this problem is, if I may, sir, there seems to be a problem with your equation. Seriously? Man, it's been so long since I had to do math. But let's see. Where does this number go again? Let me show you. When you have, I'm not even going to even say that problem. Then you want to solve for, hey, I'm not the one who's supposed to be, I'm the one that's supposed to be the teacher here. Shit. Both Van and Reset thoroughly enjoyed themselves as they made new school memories. I can't help but feel a bit sorry for the other students. I'm really monopolizing all the teachers' attention. Well, it's my responsibility to make sure that all the students understand the content, right? Ask me anything and I'll do my best to answer. Okay, with regard to this problem then. Huh? What's up? Oh, it's nothing. With me in such a small body, he looks even more mature than usual. I wonder if this is how Miss Cardell and the others feel around him. Oh, God. But before they knew it, the bittersweet days of Reset's fabricated youth had come to an end. I guess that's it then. Time went by a lot faster than I thought it would. I imagine this whole thing takes a bunch of processing power. I'm surprised it even lasted this long. Miss Arkwright, I had a really great time together. Yeah, me too. I was really getting back into it there. It's looking like we're going to have to put an end to it here, though. And after the school day ends, everyone assembles in the courtyard. They all enjoy their school life, only leaving for home once the sun begins to set. It's a rather essential part of being a student, what they call the springtime of life. Thank you for letting me experience even just a little of what this life is like. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, I may be standing at the teacher's podium and all, but I had a lot of fun too. It reminded me of all the good times I had. I actually was kind of hoping we could stay for a little while longer. They do say school years really pass you by. This was a truly unforgettable experience. I may have only been acting the part of student, but I think it did its part in filling the hole inside me. I suppose I had been yearning for a chance like this, a longing for normal days, the hope to one day lead a mundane life. I guess I'll never quite know how much I lost because of that day. However, even I had a little choice but to take on this form. The fact remains, I was given a second lease on life. If I hadn't been given that miracle, I would never have met you. Any of you, I'm sorry. Not you, or Maribel, or anyone from Arkwright Solutions. That's why I feel blessed to be where I am today. Damn, only 14, and still as mature as ever. Can't say I'm surprised though. You've always been the most sensible one on our team. I thank you. But don't you think that it's alright to just be a 14-year-old girl for a little while? Heck, you could probably stand to let your hair down every now and then. In the real world too. From everything you told me, it sounds like you were forced to grow up a lot faster than everyone else. Maybe too fast. You think so? But I want you to know that you don't have to be the responsible one all the time. It's okay to rely on me and the others. Just like it's okay to be over 20 and still be in the springtime of your life. Whether that means having simulated experiences like this or having fun at a school festival, you should have fun with your life. I mean, relying on each other is part of what makes us all friends, right? Thank you, Miss Arkwright. I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. This class certainly did deliver on its educational value. Good. Well, I hate to say it, but I guess we should wrap this up. Would you do the honors reset? Of course, Mr. Arkwright. All rise and bow. I really thought they were going to finally talk about what happened to her. After that, Van and Reset logged out of Martin Garden. After taking the time to thank Maribel for the experience, the two met up with the rest of their friends to explore the rest of the festival.
Due to yours and Mirabelle's efforts, I was able to confront the regrets I had buried deep within my heart. If the opportunity ever presents itself, I hope that someday you will allow me to support you in the same way.
All right.
What's next?
All right. So we got what? A couple more to choose from here. Tough to say here. I'll probably end up doing hers. Or Renee's. mm, let's go for let's do fairies. She's kind of been struggling with this all through the game, so let's see what's up. Long story short, I'm concerned for you. You sure you can handle whatever job it is the Kruger are sending you on? Sorry to worry you so much, Fan. I was actually waffling on whether or not to tell you, but I guess this kind of makes the choice for me. Here, this is my assignment. I don't think I recognize him. His name is Davin. I actually work with a guy named Davin. That's funny. A bad actor known for being a criminal consultant. He helps crooks draft out schemes in exchange for Mirror, leaving no trails in the process. Sounds pretty similar to the Oathbreaker's shady practices. Yeah, I think this guy is way lower on the food chain than him though. A few weeks ago, he fed information to the Kruger that made a request for them. The task was to subdue a twisted group of brokers from the west half of Samaria who kidnapped and trafficked war orphans. Shit, okay. No self-respecting warrior could ignore info like that, assuming it was true anyway. I get your meaning. It was all just a ruse, huh? When Abi arrived with his men and scoped out the area, the targets were the complete opposite of what they expected. It was actually a group of NGO personnel providing support and shelter to war orphans. Around the same time, they learned that Davin's real goal was to make a business of training and selling off child soldiers. So he wanted to manipulate your tribe into getting rid of an organization that was posing a threat to his enterprise. Gutsy move. Takes a real pair of brass wants to try and screw with the Kruger of all accord. My people strictly prohibit the killing of unarmed civilians, even in combat zones. Abusing our pride as warriors and pitting us against our vows is a deed worth 1,000 deaths. They left the responsibility of sorting out the issue on my shoulders. Why the fuck would they leave that to a 14-year-old girl? Sorting out, huh? That's one way to spin it. Let me guess. This has something to do with you coming of age on your last birthday? Oh, you knew about that. Yeah, we Kruger are treated as adults from 14 onward. Look into some of your people's traditions while training under your brother. so. I also know that all adult warriors have to go through a rite of passage. They do. That's probably what this mission is supposed to be. I guess it's finally time for me to grab a knife you held in my place way back when. You really don't need to worry. Abby gave me all the intel I need on the target. I wouldn't want to keep you from enjoying the festival. A little too late for that. This doesn't have any of the same overtones as what happened either. But I was the one who took the liberty of stepping in back then, so you can't say it's got nothing to do with me. Plus, as your boss at Outcry Solutions and current guardian, I got a responsibility to your dad and Ida to look out for you. Or Ida. So I'm taking it upon myself to see you through this, whether you like it or not. Wouldn't sit right with me otherwise. Okay then, things will go smoothly with your help anyway. I thought the point of this was for her to do it herself though. Let's go, Van. I got a duty as a warrior to fulfill. Using the intel Hassan had provided to her, Fairy started gathering more thorough details about Davin. Through Van's connection, they managed to determine the locations of his various bases of operation around the capital. Eventually, the time came for them to chase him down. Oh, we're gonna go to the condemned sector? Idiot. Shit. Won't want any of my flunkies pick up. Did the other bases already get wiped out? It took almost no time at all for the lid to get blown off our entire operation. Maybe the Kruger finally shifted into high gear. No, this can't be anything bigger than a recon squad. Fine by me. I can pick them off and then make a break for it before their main unit arrives. A dead end. Still, this should be far enough to give me some breathing room. Wrong. This is the end of the line. Davin, the criminal consultant. I knew you come here to lay low. Who the hell are you? Wait, those clothes. You telling me my subordinates let our bases get obliterated by a little girl? But not just any girl. That's right. I'm a Kruger warrior. And you're out of escape routes. Better make your peace. Hold your horses, little lady. I wasn't thinking straight. It was never my intention to soil your people's honor. I swear. So please. Shit, somebody finna get his ass. Die already. And leave me be. Huh? Time is fair. Nice one, Farida. Your read on this being a sniper's nest was spot on. Thanks, Fan. I owe you one. Sweet mother of ADL, she finna whoop his ass. Ooh. Stop. Listen, little lady. I have a sick mother back at home. So have a heart and let me go, will you? Just don't kill me. I'm begging you. The flames of judgment will cleanse the souls of the wicked. That is the law passed down through our tribe. Yo. Huh? I'm still alive. Ending your life here would be letting you off easy. Your criminal consultations have probably built up a seedy network spreading in every direction. I can't say I've truly fulfilled my duty as a warrior until it's all been burned down into cinders. That makes you more valuable as fuel for the fire. If we throw you in the right place, your flames will smoke out the others crawling around in the dark. No, you aren't thinking of handing me into the CID, are you? Let's not be hasty. At least give me the guild or the police. If I expose my connections, I'll be a dead man walking. By ratting out your friends and colleagues, you'll earn their spite and lose your place in the underworld forever. But that's the fate you brought on yourself, you and countless evils you committed. There's no getting away. Your only hope is to pray. Pray to the flames and Arusha for forgiveness. She actually looks a little menacing right there. She looks like she'll kill his ass. And that's a wrap. Afterward, Van contacted Second Lieutenant Caleb and turned Davin over to the CID. Not once did I think that anyone would make such a clean sweep of bringing this criminal to consulted justice. You may be young for a Kruger, but actually, why don't I just say you did an amazing job and leave it at that? Just following orders is all. Can we count on you to handle the rest? You certainly can. We'll milk his connections for every last drop of intel they're worth. It's all over. I never should have gotten mixed up with Kruger. Even if I didn't catch you, someone else would have sooner or later. Own up to your sins and atone like you mean it. And the warriors of Kruger might turn a blind eye to you. I know that stuff about your Umi being sick was probably a lie. But take good care of her, okay? Once you make amends and return home, I mean. Huh? You saw through that story about my mother? Then why bother showing me any mercy at all? Doesn't make any damn sense. Always full of surprises, ain't you? You pulled that off with flying colors. That'll teach me to doubt your abilities. I'm glad you found a path that worked for you. One where being a warrior isn't just about raining down judgment. It wouldn't have happened without your help gathering intel. Ever since I was little, I was taught that being a warrior meant purging evil where it stood, and I never questioned that. But then, last year, after everything that happened with Ada, and me coming to Arkwright Solutions, I overcame a lot of difficult challenges. I had to face up to the possibility of another me who never had that. And I wondered if I was betraying my duty. But the more I thought it over, the more I realized that there is more than just one answer. And I wanted to prove it somehow. This rite of passage gave me a chance to show what I was able to find on my own answer. I don't know what Abby and Costum will think about it once they hear the details, though. Hey, when it comes down to it, you still stuck to your tribe's code. Doubt anyone can give you a hard time over that. One thing's for sure, though, you've come a long way since you first started working for me. Good job, Farida. I mean it. All the time I spent with you and the rest of the team has really paid off. Can't thank you enough for that. By the way, I hate to put you out even further, but can I make one more selfish request? Depends. What's on your mind? Oh boy. Whenever a warrior completes their rite of passage, they go through what we call an adornment ceremony. Traditionally, a family member or friend is supposed to help put it on. I was originally going to ask Ida, but, I've heard about this. It's a sacred, once-in-a-lifetime ritual. But I'm not even a Jaeger, yet let alone a warrior. You sure it's okay for me to take part? Sure, I'm sure, Van. I really like if you could see me off on my journey into adulthood. Well, can't say no to that. It's a big responsibility, but I'll try to do it justice. Farida Al-Fayed, thou child of flames, may thee walk the pride upon thy path till thy embers burn their last. On the honor of my people, Arusha's chosen, do I make this vow. Nice. It's a little tickly. How do I look? Like you were born to wear it. Gotta admit though, I'm a little scared of your dad's gonna want to work with me when he finds out I helped you come of age. That don't sound right. Huh? Why would I be care? No reason. That's a topic for when you're further down the road. If you say so. I already know I have a lot of ground to cover. So in the meantime, I'm gonna learn what I can by sticking with you. I promise to give it all I got for everyone who's helped me grow into this person. Of course, I'm glad to have you, Farida. Van and Fairy share a pleasant conversation for a while longer before heading back to join up with the rest of her friends. It's getting weird, man. It's getting weird.
I still have a lot to figure out, but right now, I'm proud of where I am. And until I've decided what path to follow, I'm gonna stay right by your side, Van. I want to learn as much as I can from you.
All right. All right, so those are the ones I'm pretty much going to save. I got to decide on one more. What I'm gonna do in the next video is I'm gonna play all the ones so you can see all of them and just reload. So I'm gonna make a save here, and then when we come back, I'm gonna just show all the rest of them so you can see all of them and what they're gonna do. I should have done this like in a lot of my other videos of the games, but I never thought about it. So, but I plan on doing a little different this time. But I'm going to end here. And like I said, just bear with me on these next few videos. A lot of dialogue, but it's just wrapping up connections and last minute things and finishing things and getting trophies and all that stuff before we head off to, I guess, what's going to be the final dungeon. But thank y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate everyone checking out the vids. If you're new to the channel, tap that like button and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you all in the next one.
Let's go.
I know, Nadia. Peace, y'all.